I see you. Welcome to a new Hints and Theories video, this time about episode number 8. The 3 finalists are known. Rose, Maike and Stein are the finalists of WIDM 2025, and in this Hints and Theories video we will talk about all the suspicious things those 3 did in this episode. Hi, if you're new here on this channel, my name is Julia and I talk about hints and theories that will hopefully help you figure out who the mole is. If you do not want to miss any upcoming videos, then please subscribe to this channel here and follow me on Instagram, where I will let you know when there's a new video online. There was not that much money added to the pot in this episode as we probably all had hoped, especially also thanks to task number 1, which failed completely. In this task, the candidates had to prepare a traditional dish and were split up in 3 groups. Stein was the one who gave all the instructions through to the cooking group, and with that he actually had a really good mole position because he was the only one who was able to see how the chef actually prepared the dish. So he could have given the wrong instructions to Maike and Rose, and with that making sure that they would fail the task. I think he missed out on some spices, for example, and we also probably did not get to see all of the details. I think in the mole talk they also added that he probably did not mention that they need to take the seeds out of the peppers, which of course would make the dish of Rose and Maike a lot more spicy than the dish of the chef. So yeah, there are a few things that could have gone wrong here thanks to Stein's instructions. But Rose and Maike also were in a really good mole position because they had to cook the dish, and by doing that you of course can add wrong spices, the wrong amount of spices. So a lot of things you can actually sabotage here to make the dish less tasty, or at least, let's say, sabotage the dish in a way that it does not taste as the dish of the chef anymore. Maike was especially suspicious here because first she, splashed some of the coconut milk over the table, and that of course could lead us to the assumption that they did not have enough coconut milk, which of course could in the end make the dish too spicy, for example. And she also added the egg without beating it. So Stein said you need to beat the egg, and Maike just added it, without doing that. And that of course changes the dish as well. One thing about Sophie's position, even though she's out of the game now, I actually think this was the least mole-worthy position. Yes, of course you could influence the game by simply not doing that much to change the kitchen princess dish, but still I think the mole options were definitely in the other 2 groups. Anyway, what I thought was interesting was that even though she managed to add 1 spoonful of salmiak powder to the kitchen princess dish, they still lost that game. And I mean, salmiak powder is best on 10, so yeah, the dish of Rose and Maike obviously was really bad. At least that is my conclusion from what we got to see and hear during this task. And with that, let's jump to the scary hotel. In task number 2, the candidates had to search for money in an abandoned hotel, in a scary hotel. And yeah, we've had tasks like that in older seasons as well, but it definitely was scary and was a thrill. Let me know what you would have done. Would you have hidden in a bathtub as well? Talking about Rose, she actually did not do that much in this task, which of course is also a way to mole. Or she moled so much that we did not get to see that much of her because they simply did not have anything else to show us. Still, it's a bit weird just laying there in the bathtub and then hiding in the shower. And I think you can see on the candidates' reactions that they also thought it was a bit weird. Furthermore, of course, this is a perfect scenario. Like, you can mole in so many ways here. You can so easily get rid of the money. You can hide it. You can flush it down the toilet. You can destroy it. There are so many options, and the artists are running around, probably not watching you for most of the time. So this is like a mole stream, and I am pretty sure that we did not get to see all of the, well, mole actions here, and that we will get to see more of that in the last episode of the season. At least I definitely hope that. Stein had his suspicious moment here as well, of course. Room 407 was empty, as in there was no money anymore, and this room was right next to his room 406, and that of course makes him the, well, most suspicious in having stolen that money. The candidates also again had some trouble with the portaphones. It seemed like they did not work perfectly all of the time. Also a standard, and for this task really good mole action. And last but not least, what also was a bit suspicious was when they were on their way to the hotel. We, well, got to see that they were all a bit scared already, and Micah talked about the film The Shining a lot, and then we got to see a boy on a tricycle, and I've been told that this also is part of The Shining, so maybe a hint to the fact that Micah had some knowledge before they arrived there. But still, keep in mind, we always do not know when exactly they filmed those interview snippets, those interview scenes, so that of course could also be, yeah, done afterwards, and with that she could have edited that and then they cut it like that. So, but still, it could be a hint to us that she knew a bit what it would be like. After a really scary and definitely not that much relaxing night, the candidates headed to a bit more, let's say, uplifting task, but still a best exhausting task, I would say, in which they had to get as much salt as possible on the scale. And here we could discuss if it was a clever idea to leave Stein in the game until the very end. I personally think yes, because he has a lot of power, and yeah, you need to carry a lot of kilograms of that salt from one place to the other, so I think it was a good idea to leave him in the game. He actually also was already a finalist back then. He had a final exemption, so he was very likely the least tempted to open the envelope with the question mark on it. Other people said it would have been better to send Stein away as the first person because of his freistellung. Then he would have taken the money and they would have had at least a little bit of money. But yeah, again, I think that's a discussion about the strategy you want to play, and I do get along, and I think their strategy was pretty good by leaving him in the game until the very end. Now, Rose, of course, in this task was again actually doing nothing. I have the feeling that this is something she likes to do as a strategy here. So she did not really do that much again here. She was the first one to leave the game. She opened, of course, the envelope with the question mark. That did not really surprise me. She then said like she did not really get the instruction of the game, and she thought she could, well, have a look at both of the things, the money and the envelope. Yeah, that's not how it works, Rose. Of course, again, weird Rose behavior, I would say. The mole, I assume, knew that the last person to open the envelope would gain the 2 jokers, and this is why I think by leaving Stein in the game, it actually would be the most fair version to play the test, to let the mole open the last envelope. Like, the production team says, okay, Stein is already a finalist, you are the mole, and there are 2 candidates left. If we want to have it as a fair test in the end, then it would be the best if you get the 2 jokers, because for you, of course, it does not matter if you have jokers or not. Which makes Micah a bit more suspicious, in my opinion, that she really chose to be the third person to leave the game and open the envelope with the question mark. If she's the mole, she would have known that the 2 jokers would, well, go into her pocket, and then it would have been a fair test for Rose and Sophie without any jokers or anything that would give an advantage to any of them. Stein, as the last person in the game, unfortunately did not manage to fill up the last scale with 125 kilograms of salt. I really had a feeling that he was sad about it. He was so close. I think he had 90 kilograms already. Yeah, of course that is really pity, and no money added to the pot. I think he was sad about it, but of course if he's the mole, then this is a nice way to make sure that there is really no money added to the pot in this task. So much about the tasks. I have one last, maybe hidden hint to Maaike this time. This one was mentioned in Mol-Fans. That is actually a program for children connected to WIDM. So it's basically a hints and theories show for children, and it's pretty funny. And in this one they mentioned that throughout the season we got hints in the background connected to holidays or to parties. We had, like in the beginning, we had that birthday party for them all. We had balloons, we had birthday cakes. On the airport there was one scene in which you could see decoration in the background, not that much but a little bit. Then we also had, during the karaoke task, a Happy Valentine's Day decoration in the background, which was really weird, but because it definitely was not Valentine's Day back then when they filmed it. And yeah, so a lot of party and holiday. I know Valentine's Day is not really holiday, but still a special day. And also during this episode in the hotel, all of those answers to the questions, so all those codes they needed to get the money, were holiday dates, like the 31st of December or Koningsdag, which is a holiday in the Netherlands. So all in all, a lot of party and holiday and celebration things. And Maaike's birthday actually is on a national holiday in the Netherlands, the 5th of May. So maybe it is a kind of birthday celebration holiday hint to Maaike. There were all hints and theories to episode number 8. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this episode, and if you've spotted anything suspicious that I have not mentioned yet. I'm really looking forward to the final next week, and I do hope that they will be able to get some more euros into that pot so that they will not end up with the lowest pot ever. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you do not want to miss any upcoming videos, and follow me on Instagram. I hope to see you all back next week when we will talk about the last tasks of this season already. Oh my god, it always goes by so fast. Until next week, bye!